All right, this is the official video of the chicken tunnel that we have constructed. The materials used for the tunnel are welded wire and some 2x2s, 1x's, and of course staples and other boards and accessories like a method of attaching two tunnels to each other so that if the chickens run into it, they don't come apart. Okay, we're doing some work on the tunnel. Yes, we are. And Michael is very excited. Let me turn around and show you how excited he is. See how excited Michael is?
This is my excited face.
He's very excited.
I get to use power tools.
So he really is excited. All right, here we go. Michael is now going to cut this for me. Now, I could have just had some chicken tunnels without framing, and that would have made it nearly free because I already had the welded wire. Michael pointed out they probably wouldn't have stayed in that shape long term because if something fell on it or a chicken jumped on it or I fell on it, the shape of the tunnel would then of course flatten out or get in all different weird shapes. PK is such a good helper. So as you can see, I have that second tunnel folded. Okay, so you can see how it is in the same shape as the other one, and I've straightened it just a little bit so it's not quite so wonky. But when we put the frames that he's making in there, that will help to shape it better.
The chicken inspector's checking it out.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to get a permit for occupancy here or not, but I'm hopeful.
She's thinking about what she's going to write in her report, and I don't know.
I just took some 1x and I mitered two corners. And the bottom isn't mitered. They're just flat cut, so it'll just sit.
So by putting framing in the tunnel itself, that keeps it rigid. So there are 3 tunnel pieces. Each tunnel piece is 6 feet long. There is a frame at the end of each and in the center. So it's basically 2 at the end and 2 in the center. So there's 4 frames for each 6-foot length of tunnel. That makes it so that I can easily attach 2 tunnels to each other because there's wood there. So I can put a little latch on one and an eye hook on the other and attach it in place. Testing it out. Now at the moment it's open down there. We're going to put a barrier at the end. Hey, don't stick your head through it. That's kind of a dork move. There you go.
Next phase of the chicken tunnel project is to make the connection between the existing chicken run and the chicken tunnel. So I'm gathering up the tools necessary to sort out that right now as we speak. We're going to go out and do some measurements and go from there. So right there is exactly where this little opening is going to be. So we're going to measure this space from here to here. Look at that. You go away, silly girl. Looks like it's 13.5 inches wide. Okay. 13.5 inches. Okay, so there they are. It's 13.5 by 13.5. It's a square. They're all mitered cut. I'm gonna throw some screws in it real quick and go set it on the frame and see if it works. Now, maybe there's a better way to do this, and I'm just not skilled enough in woodworking. I am, after all, just a roofer, but I have found that the easiest way to get these things to go in square is to use a little jig I created. So here's my little jig. Let's do a jig. Let me just clamp them together. And that seems to do the job. All right, now I've got the second one clamped down. Let's screw it together, and then we'll go. Fantastic.
Here we are, working on the tunnel and the hatch. Okay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
There you
Perfect. Yeah, that's just right.
go. Then we can cut out that screen, and then this is done.
We added an end cap to the end of the tunnel, and it's going to be easily removed. So it's just a board that slides in place, and then we'll latch it. Okay, Michael's working on the end cap to the tunnel, and he's devised a system so we'll have a door.
So what I did is I created a 1x U, essentially, that fits underneath at the bottom of the tunnel and then up to the top. And it creates this channel right here and a corresponding one on the other side that the door then will just slide into guillotine style.
Very nice.
So on the coop run is the other half of this box. And so this box will sit roughly here when this is out next to the coop. Attach the line to it. We'll attach a pulley right here. The line will go up to the pulley through. There'll be a pulley on that side. And wind down so that you can... This space right here is where the gateway from the chicken coop into the chicken tunnel will fit. And this chicken wire is, well, in the way of that. So I'm going to cut out the chicken wire, and then I'm going to bolt on the frame for the gateway.
And you're using a Dremel now.
Yeah, we're just using a Dremel. Nothing particularly fancy about that, but I'm just going to cut this wire out, and this will be the best way to do that as cleanly as possible.
I don't think they like it. All right, Michael is back with the 1x to block off all those sharp edges from the welded wire. I'm trying to think of what else to say. What am I missing? Oh, Michael used a fence plank to make the box that goes from the chicken coop run to the tunnel itself, and that will be attached to the coop, and it will fit into the tunnel in such a way that it's permanent. The tunnel itself can be moved whenever I want. If I need to clean it, there's a sick chicken in there, whatever, I can just unlatch it and move it. All right, here's what we have at the moment. Michael has made 2 frames, and then this redwood is actually fence board, and which is good because it is made to last, outdoors in the rain and all that. This is the box that is going to attach to the frame right there. So you can see the bottom of that is the same as the side of this. And I want to show it so that later, what does it look like on the inside? So you see how there's the opening here. It goes into the box frame. The box frame goes into the tunnel.
You got America's crack problem back there?
What?
I said you got America's crack problem back there?
I'm filming the the tunnel box, not your butt. All right, when you staple this in, you have to get the extra long staples.
Yeah, the short staples did not do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna back up.
Yeah. It's gonna throw some spark, then we'll throw it behind me.
You just broke your Dremel.
Yeah, just snap the cutting blade.
That's,
Well, that's problematic.
that's not good.
I don't have another one.
Well, we'll just use the clippers.
This is why I always make you buy me a tool when you make me do work for you. That's the trade-off, because I'm going to lose a tool. I have to gain a tool. Otherwise...
What was the most recent project I said I wanted you to do?
You want me to do a raised bed.
Oh, that's right. And so he's going to need a tool for that.
I need a corner clamp and I need a full-size speed square.
Told you.
It's a relatively inexpensive tool. I could demand power tools, but I don't.
Demand? That's going to go well. We are going to do a little bit of a walkthrough of the new tunnel. This is made out of welded wire, 1x and 2x2s. And here at the end, you see the end cap, which is plywood with some 1xs around it to keep it in place because it was trying to bend. We have a latch system here, and it's in this position so that it can't be lifted up. For some reason, I bought this ginormous latch. Didn't mean to. You unlatch it like this, lift it like that. And it just goes back into that channel. And here's the latch. And there you go. Now this is to prevent super smart predators, apparently, and me, from getting in. Okay, here is the box tunnel that he made. And it's using fence boards, 2x2s, and some 1xs. And basically, it's just to give us a safe way for them to get from inside the coop, run, and into the tunnel. He also built a frame on the other side of this tunnel, and that's just to stabilize it and then make it so that that box has a place to land and come through. No pokey wires or anything like that. Each of these sections are 6 feet long. And I have 3 sections of tunnel lined up here. Again, we have latched each one to each other in case they run around and bump into each other. And here is another latch right on this one. I made a small pen at the end of the small chicken run, and the tunnel goes right into that. And that allows for a little extra space so that they're not, when they get into the tunnel, they have a way to kind of turn around, get out of each other's way before going into the other chicken coop. The other nice thing is I'll be able to block that off. And then if I ever have a sick chicken in the small coop and run, I can expand it out. It also means that in the future, if I get new chicks, they'll already have a place for an extra place to play. And then I can block it off and allow them or the other chickens to go in and out of the tunnel to see each other. Now here is the pen I created that attaches to the small coop run. And again, it's just welded wire I already had on hand. Then he created this frame that goes on on the pen. This board is actually a dual purpose. It also blocks this area because you can see, let me pull it out. It's in here pretty snug actually. Okay, hold on, it's outwitting me. See that gap? So we don't want a gap there. Well, we could put some welded wire or hardware mesh, but then I was like, I want this cover on it. So that actually does it. This welded wire, it comes around here and is extra. Let me back up. So this welded wire here is extra, and that's to block that gap right there. This is the door to the portable chicken run that I made a couple years ago, and it fits on here pretty well. if you look at what we've done, I've folded over the welded wire like a package, and then I've just laid this on there. Now this is sort of just makeshift. I took some welded wire, I folded it around, and I attached it onto the chicken wire just to close that gap, and it also holds this in place. Phoenix, are you going to be brave? Come on. Yeah. Come on. I'm not too sure. Let me drop down a treat. Okay. Look at that. What do you think? We have these pieces of plywood across the top now. It's almost a perfect fit. This will help to keep those nasty pine needles that fall from these trees from building up in there. I don't mind if some get in there, that's not a big deal, but it gets really nasty. The other thing is, if they come out here and it's raining, maybe they'll still come out. You know what I'm saying? And I can always remove those boards if I'm thinking it doesn't need it. I can take them off or take one or two of them off. It's pretty easy. I mean, it takes a minute because you have to bend the welded wire into shape. But I tell you what, putting those frames on, I didn't have to bend them. I bent them into the general shape, but then once you put those frames in, there they were. It's pretty good. I like it. Oh, can I record my video now? I mean, besides this one? Can I? No? Is this your time? Okay, this is your time. Video can wait a minute. The other video. This is a video too.